It has been a minute since my last episode of Garden Fresh. I lost my motherboard in a hardware upgrade and was out of commission for over a week. Because of this, we have quite the backlog of photos to feature this week from my Discord community. As always, if you would like to be featured, please join my Discord and get to submitting. With all that said, let's jump right into it. But before we go any further, I would like to thank my newest patron, Toter Kenny. Not only do I never see the Cartool, this may be the first time I've seen it from the inside, and it feels downright sci-fi. The Vodka Circle gets a very cool perspective of Loreville from an unexpected angle. We don't get enough vertical shots here. This portrait-style photo of the 85X banking into a fast turn from the Vodka Circle made me realize that. The framing, the position of the winglet trails, and the angle are all perfect for this shot. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous display of the Vanguard over Delamar here. Newcomer Toter Kenny took great advantage of the dramatic lighting of the planetoid's terminator and a beautiful view of the orbiting asteroids in the background. Another rather simple isometric shot of the ship here from Toter Kenny. Simplicity is a friend though, as the caterpillar in this shot is quite handsome, and the clarity of the shot really sells the space trucker aesthetic. Now I feel like I'm watching a movie here when I see this third-person space exploration shot from Toter Kenny. The lens flare is blinding in just the right way to make me wonder, what is these spacers so enthralled? Next we have a couple of beautiful ultra-wide Pisces shots from Ermdahl. Here's a nice isometric shot making good use of some dramatic lighting. And here is a beautiful look from the back with some cheeky landscape included. The ship really draws the eye and creates some anticipation towards seeing the rest of the vessel. This gorgeous sunset was taken by red solstice, providing a red haze to an otherwise primarily white planet. I get a sense of heat from this, when in reality it's probably well below freezing and dropping. Another one from red solstice with red tones again with some amazing depth and an off-camera light source providing a nice warm ambience to an intriguing scene. No red in this one from red solstice, but that doesn't mean it ain't interesting. With a distinct lack of bombastic color, this highlight of the Carrack's engines gives a gorgeous look of some of the ship detail and leaves me thinking, what was the big issue here? Newcomer Digital Master 37 provides a wide shot of New Babbage framed by the sheltered walkway between city areas. The lighting is of course great, but I love the depth of the shot with the city in the backdrop. Newbie Junglebauer drops the bomb with this one. This is the best shot I've seen of the Centurion helmet to date. Looks like a promo shot. The lighting and combination of the colors look incredible here. Newcomer Sir Toady gets isometric with the angular eclipse traveling through quantum space. The light bouncing off the angular surfaces of the stealth bomber brings joy to my heart. Noxtron provides one of the rare cockpit views over the shoulder that I love oh so much. It gives a really visceral feel to being in the cockpit that feels kind of like an over-the-shoulder cinema shot. This rather odd shot comes from newcomer Duma, with a top hat equipped man looking tentatively at the soldier reaching for his hand. I honestly think he just wants the hat though. One of the more industrial ships in the game here gets a nice beauty shot from the space coder. The use of lighting to highlight the complex underside of the ship is keen. I generally don't like the starfare, but this could change my mind. This shot from newcomer and well-known shooter Mr. Hazgaha looks like it's straight from a cyberpunk film. The light reflections, the shadows, the framing and perspective, it all combines to make a scene worth an entire video of content. Another from Hazgaha makes great use of lighting and shadow yet again, highlighting the distant subject of the photo but also drawing the eye to an extremely well-placed secondary subject that tells a bit of a story. There's a lot that can be said about this picture that I just don't have the time for. Finally, another from Hazgaha, a rather rare perspective of a ship in flight. This shot exudes speed, clean and cunning. Between the clean focus and the lines of the Archimedes and the blurred features on the ground, I get a strong sense of motion and action from this capture. Newcomer Trophy keeps it light with his Cutlass Black, shot in the sunset on Hurston. There's always a proper excuse for a classic flying into the sunset shot. This picture of a lonely surface outpost on Yella has a ton of sci-fi stuffed into it. Newcomer Shlomo XO Core had the eye to include the ring of the moon, the lighting of the outpost, and the silhouette of their ship, giving the picture a lot of depth. This simple shot of a space station from Newcomer Mars Lane is really satisfying to me. It just screams deep space sci-fi, and I think that's why a lot of us play deep space sci-fi games. Clearly. You would think this was a movie. Captain Raoul captured a photo that I swear is straight from a movie trailer. The lighting, shadow, and overall atmosphere of this shot are top notch. The use of ground fog to emphasize said shadow just takes it one step further. Incredible. A vertical shot with some of the best framing I have ever seen. The standout of the shot is obviously the ship, but the timing used to catch those red running lights highlighting the lines of such an angular ship is masterful. Beautifully done by Captain Raoul. The Buccaneer sits alone and ready for flight in this shot from the Shooter 36. This is a cool shot with the massive sprawling Arcorp city in the background. While the Defender looks like a crustacean and the Cartu Hall looks like a spindly bug, I've never seen the Prospector look bug-like. But this photo from dethfactor does just that. It also highlights the awesome running lights up and down the length of the hull. Merlin Magus of the Aurora Republic gives a sweet view from behind the Vanguard here with a cool eclipse effect over the turret. Cheeky move there, buddy. And Jada provides us with a throwback here. The old and now archaic looking original 300 series design was a favorite of many, and this shot does make the case for the original. Now here's a depth field portrait featuring some environmental armor. Also from Jada, this one features some color pop on a dull planetary surface that I find eye-catching. This silhouette shot of the Prospector at sunset is absolutely gorgeous from Velocity Films. There's so much detail to soak in here between the lighting, the shapes, and the other glowy bits. It took a great eye to capture this one. I love this picture of the lone hawk on a frosty morning warming up for another bounty hunting run. Kung Lee did a great job here of setting up a story as his sleek ship is backed up by the distant skyline of New Babbage. This was an absolute unit of an episode, and if you're still here with me, I appreciate your watching. Now that we're all caught up with this latest batch of photos, you can expect to see the format and contents of this show begin to change as we look into the possibility of contests and themed weeks. You can also follow me on any of my social media accounts to see other featured art pieces featured throughout the week, and of course, join my Discord to get your own shots featured. Thanks to everybody who has made submissions, and congratulations to all featured in this week's episode. I'll see you next week, same time and place, for another batch of shots. Thanks to my patrons for supporting my videos, especially my top supporters TK and Patrick Burt.